Oh, wow. So let's go ahead. This isn't an actual friend of mine, okay? I'm not BMing here. I'm just removing him. I was using him for the friend experience bonus. Okay, someone just sent me a friend request, right? What's this guy's name that we just partied with? The Lich? Did we on him? Yes, we did. Okay, so we got our EXP bonus. That's what matters. Alright. So let's see. We got Cursed Hollow. We're going to jump over into Team Voice because we actually have people in Voice. That's so crazy to me. Unranked Draft. We have people in Voice. That's cool. Alright. So we're not going to talk too much about overall composition that you should look for in Cursed Hollow, just because I think a lot of people focus too much on that in Hero League, and if you try and like pigeonhole people into these roles or characters they're not comfortable with in Hero League, generally it's not going to pay off for you. Even if that's like the ideal strategy for the map, that doesn't mean you want to force that on people in Hero League. It's really important to be aware of what your teammates play. I would say at a lower level, you probably shouldn't concern yourself with checking the roster too much. But try not to force people into picks is basically all that I'm saying. It's going to be a lot better to have someone on a pick they're comfortable with rather than a pick you think is good for that specific map or for your team comp. Like having a level, let's say, having a level 1 Brightwing, just because it's Cursed Hollow, obviously it'd have to be level 5, so let's correct that. Having a level 5 Brightwing instead of a level, let's say, 27 Ariel, even though it's Cursed Hollow, it's going to hurt you. So like maybe Ariel isn't as good here, but if the player doesn't know how to play Brightwing and you're trying to tell them to play Brightwing, they're going to be performing a lot worse than they would with Ariel. Let's see. Who do we want to play? Oh, we're banning. We're banning. Let's ban. We'll just ban Chill. This is Team League. Or this is Unranked Draft, so there's a lot of, what do you call them, grouped up players. So I've seen a little bit too many Cho'Galls recently, and I don't really want to talk about those kind of games because the strategies you employ against Cho'Gall are quite a bit different than many other strategies you'll use in this game, and you're not going to really run into Cho'Galls in Hero League, so at least not to the same extent. He has an incredibly low pick right there, so we're not going to talk much about that. I'd rather focus on having an actual game. So we have the Diablo first pick. We have Ragnaros showing, and that's a pretty good pick for us because that would give us a good solo lane. We'd have a good wave clear in Kel'Thuzad and a good main tank in Diablo. So let's see. This guy is quite a low level still, so we don't entirely know what he's going to play just yet.
By fire be purged.
Alright, so they actually picked the Valeera, so that's a little bit of a gank threat, but you gotta consider, like, Cursed Hollow is a very big map, and Valeera isn't the quickest to rotate her, so she's not quite as high a value of a ganker in these kind of situations as someone like Tracer or Genji. So they actually do take Brightwing. I think we actually just talked about this. Wasn't this the same guy? Yeah, it was. That's funny. Okay. So yeah, let's go ahead and we're gonna ban Gall just for the meme, right? Like Cho and Gall. Let's do it. I don't really have any bans that I need to see here. As a matter of fact, I'd like to see some of the more powerful characters just so we can talk about it. All right, so we'll see what that guy's gonna play. Cause he's hovering, or he was hovering Brightwing. We'll assume he's gonna play heals, and we're just gonna look to play Hanzo here. Something else that's actually pretty relevant to do on Cursed Hollow is look to pick up a second offlaner, just to make sure you're getting all the 3 wave soaks, because it is such a big map, and very commonly in the low elos there will be several lanes that just go unnoticed for a long period of time, and you can really generate a big lead for your team just by being in a lane and getting that EXP. He's actually showing Raynor right now. We're gonna show Falstad, and we're gonna hope that Choppa here plays the heals for us. Hey, how's it going, man? How's it going, Devin?
Anytime you're ready.
Let's fly.
Give me 1 second. My stream sound's gonna drop for a minute here. Alright, there we go.
Ready for adventure!
Alright, so he does actually draft a healer for us. We actually have a pretty okay team comp. We're going to have strong wave clear between Ragnaros and I. We have decent wave clear in Raynor as well. We're going to have good consistent damage in the fights. 2 sustained auto attackers here. Very strong tank, a decent healer. And overall, we have a lot of curse defense too with Ragnaros, assuming he goes Lava Wave. So they have Varian, Jaina, Asmodon, Valeera, Brightwing. So they have a little bit of global pressure in Brightwing. But we kind of counter that with Falstad as well. We got quite a lot of a global presence. They have decent push with Asmodan. They have some good structure damage between these two, but they're not really looking for team fights as much as they're looking for picks. In the level 1 state, like what we're going to do at the start of the game, we actually want to fight them. So if they come mid, we are going to try and fight them because they don't have nearly as much kill threat as we do. Asmodon's not really a threat level 1. Varian's not really a threat. Obviously, Valeera and Jaina are, but that's not going to outweigh the weaknesses of Varian and Asmodon early in the game. So we're going to try and get a pick here, especially since we have Diablo. We're going to be able to put a big threat in the enemy team here. We're going to take Seasoned Marksman this game.
Yeah, hope you don't mind when I leave you behind.
Alright. Oh, I got my Facebook up in the background. Sorry about that.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vámonos.
Alright, so we're going to look for the fight here. If it doesn't look like we're going to get a pick right away, though, we're just going to fly off to the bottom lane, and we're going to try and get soak for the team. We don't need to overstay here. We want to make sure we're getting an EXP lead. So it does look like the entire enemy team is showing mid. One thing I'll say that's not going to happen is the pick we wanted, because we actually see Diablo is sitting in the back right now. For us to have tried to start a fight there, Diablo needs to be positioning in the front. We'll see Diablo is actually the furthest back on our team. So we're not going to really have that option to go for a kill. So we're just going to fly top because it looked like Ragnaros is taking care of bot. And since they're still sitting 5 mid, if we can push this in really quickly, we can actually deny them a lot of EXP. So that's going to be our goal here. Looks like Ragnaros pushed in bot, so they're about to lose a wave down there. And they're losing a full wave up here as well. And we actually somehow got a kill in mid as well. You'll see that we're generating a massive EXP lead already. We're already about half a level up. And that's only going to continue to grow because they still haven't responded to bot or top lane. There we go. It looks like we finally have Asmodon rotating up. So they'll be actually starting to close this EXP gap a little bit. They really needed to, once they saw Ragnaros leaving the mid lane, starting heading towards bot, the enemy team should have immediately just left mid and followed Ragnaros, made sure they got that soak. And once they saw me fly off, done the same to top lane. So we do actually have Valeera come in for a gank. We actually almost die there. One thing I want to commend Valeera here for is she actually opened with Cheap Shot rather than Silence, which definitely gave them a higher chance for a kill because it set up for Asmodon to potentially follow up. Unfortunately for Valeera, he did not. So we do actually end up getting out of that okay. So right now, we don't want to really contest Asmo too much. We just want to stay in the back and soak. We know Valeera is still kind of sitting around up here, so we don't want to walk too deep. We just want to make sure we soak up to level 4, because that's going to get us our sustain. There we go. So we got hammer gains now. This gives us a little bit better of a chance to contest Asmo in lane. We have Valeera trying to come back in again. She's really sitting up top here. She just wants to make sure we die. We don't want to waste Raynor in this situation. It'd be better to have him just mid, because he'd just create more value there by putting more siege pressure on the mid lane. Since I'm able to hold up against them very well in top lane right now, there's no reason for him to rotate up. All that did was make him take some extra damage and force his passive, so it's a bit of a shame. Looks like he's going back. He should still make it in time for the objective, but that is a kind of greedy back. Unfortunately, they're going to steal our globe here. We have Diablo jump the Brightwing, but we know Valeera is still over there, so we're going to just play it safe for a second. There we go. We're going to try and auto-attack Varian down. We'll jump out of the laser. So in this situation, we still have Ragnaros bot. We want to play this very safe. We don't want to get caught up here too soon. All we want to do is we want to keep trying to poke them off of the tribute. We don't want to fully commit to a team fight until we have Ragnaros here. Lily's making a mistake here. If you have someone like Valeera following you, you want to make sure that you are sticking with your team, not walking away from them. And we'll see that that leads to Lily not being able to heal Diablo, and it could have led to a potential pick on Lily if we didn't notice her go off on her own. So we still have Valeera behind us. She's really looking to pick us off. Unfortunately, this is a very risky situation where now we'd either need to just pop Molten Core to stall until we have our team back up, or we'd want to back up and just realize we can't contest this tribute anymore and we have to just give it to them. And unfortunately, since we don't make either of those plays, all we do is end up giving them 2 kills. They still secure the tribute, and they have a bit of an EXP lead now. So we're going to try and poke Jaina here, because she did walk really far forward. We should have a kill on her. We're going to start auto-attacking Asmo to hopefully back him off, but he's at quite a large state of health that he's probably not going to be afraid of us. He's going to take our globe here. That's okay, though. We're keeping up in EXP. The enemy team actually didn't rotate and clear their waves quick enough, so the EXP they gained from getting those kills in the top lane fight was kind of negated by the fact that we were able to soak quicker than them.
The choice is simple.
So now we get Boomerang. This is going to give us a lot more of a kill pressure in lane, a lot more impactful team fight. We're going to jump out of here before Valeera causes us an issue. So our team this time is actually getting sieges out, which is great. It's really important to make sure you have those sieges going out for the objective, because that's just a lot of threat on the enemy team. If they don't win the objective quick enough, if they don't deal with the sieges quick enough, that means you get free towers, you get free structure value. Alright, so we're going to start rotating down. It looks like Valeera is actually on the objective and nobody is actually going to be able to stop her here. We see that neither Lily nor Ragnaros rotate in this situation, so it's not a situation where we want to fight. Though it's not ideal, we probably should have rotated up and fought the tribute. It's good that our team realized that we shouldn't be fighting on the tribute in a 3v5 regardless. Just because the objective is up doesn't mean you have to fight it. If your teammates are making a mistake, and in this case not coming to the tribute was a mistake, if you make the decision then to fight the tribute anyway 3v5, you're making a mistake as well, even though ideally you want to fight the tribute with 5 people. If you're doing it with 3, it's a major mistake. Unfortunately, we see Diablo typing here, and he actually gets caught while he's typing. He gives them a kill. That really highlights why it's important not to BM your team, especially in Hero League games. All he did here was get himself killed. He probably tilted himself a bit too. He gave the enemy team a little bit of a lead. So that's a shame. So we have the tribute coming up in 10 seconds. We need to make sure we contest this because we are actually on an equal talent here. We are at threat of giving them a curse right now, so we want to make sure everybody is here. We want to make sure we're using everything we have to stop them from getting this tribute. It's favorable for us as well because it is on our side of the map. We have Ragnaros going for the capture. That's not exactly what we want in this situation. We want to make sure we're fighting them at this point before they soak up to 10. We want to make sure we actually get this lead. Ooh, we flew in there a little bit greedy. Hopefully Diablo will follow us up. We're going to have to walk into the Jaina ability, so that's going to get us killed. So that's a bit of a shame. We misplayed there. I should have... I meant to E over here. I just kind of like half-assed jumped over here, so I put myself in between our team rather than behind our team. So that was a mistake by me. At this point, they're about to hit level 10. So we need like a hard engage if they want to try and fight still, which is very risky at this point because it is a 4v5. We see Valeera's in the back. Once you see someone that far out of position, everyone should immediately turn, take them out. That'll even the playing field again. We really didn't take advantage of that. We saw her, and then everybody just kind of ignored her. So that's a bit of a shame. We missed out on the opportunity to actually get a pick and turn the fight in our favor. So at this point, I want to point out we have Ragnaros. And Ragnaros's range on Molten Core will actually reach the tribute from mid lane. So it's really important that you, in this kind of situation as Ragnaros, look to take advantage of that and use it in these kind of team fights. Because now we're going to have them getting the curse. We're not really able to contest them here. And they'll probably get a lot of value here. We noticed they already took the top keep. I will note that that started with our misplay. We definitely should not have E'd here. We should have E'd over here. So a bit of a mistake on my part. Led to that situation. We're going to make sure that we split out all 3 lanes trying to get the soak. One area that teams very often go wrong on Cursed Hollow, once they get the curse, is instead of pushing, instead of trying to create value, they will get boss. And when you're doing boss, think about how much boss health has. Let's go check that out. I can't actually see it right now, so maybe I won't. I think it's about 17,000. So that's 17,000 you instead could apply to structure damages or structures just straight up. Chances are the boss isn't going to get that much value on its own during a curse. You'll get more value than the boss will. So you're wasting a lot of time killing the boss, and at the same time, while you're killing the boss, you're missing a lot of waves of experience because you're committing your team members to being at the boss rather than being in lanes, getting the minion EXP. So right now we'll see they've actually already missed three waves of minions tops. It looks like nobody showed mid for the first 2 waves, so they lost 2 waves of minions mid. And that really let us keep up with them in EXP. You'll notice we actually closed the gap. They did not get any value with the curse because they decided to get bruisers and sieges. And we'll notice these are getting cleared before they're doing any damage. So that's like about 15k HP on bruisers. So that's 15,000 damage that they did to bruisers that they could have instead done to our mid fort and actually killed our mid fort. And that's it's a similar situation in bot. We noticed the sieges bot have already also gone down. So they spent their entire curse getting merc camps, and they brought no value to the team. So they do have boss coming in now. It's going into top lane, which is going to be fine for us. What's important for us right now is we noticed they took top boss. We don't want to be up here anymore. We want to start backing up because we know they're around here. And we're going to see me actually get picked because I didn't realize my walk got canceled. Luckily, I make it out of there because Lily and Valeera don't have a whole lot of kill threat on us. But obviously, that was risky. So when you notice they're taking top boss, you're in top lane. You back the fuck up. You wait for that boss to actually make it to your keep wall. That way you can safely clear. Ooh, we don't want to be in that. We're going to try and laser Brightwing here. We actually almost kill her. That should back him out of the fight. So now we're able to just focus our DPS on the boss to deny it creating any value. Unfortunately, we don't get any picks out of that. The enemy team did play that very greedy, and they actually could have been punished for that. But we don't play it quite right. If we had Diablo go in once we had the laser off, we could have potentially gotten a kill. But this is still a good situation for us because we deny them really getting much value. They only took out 1 turret, so that's not too bad for us. We're taking Giant Killer. We see Asmodon is way out of position now. Everybody should be focusing on Asmodon, killing him before this tribute comes up because that'll secure a 5v4 fight for us on the trip, which is not going to be favorable for the enemy team. And it looks like the enemy team is still deciding to trickle in regardless of the fact that Asmo went down. So we will get a kill on Varian as well. We actually see Valeera's here, so we're going to sit on her for a bit and hope our team goes for Trib. We're going to chase her ourselves because she doesn't really have much of a chance of running away unless we just completely suck. There we go. So we got it. We didn't really need Raynor here, so that's a bit of a shame. What we will do is we're going to be pretty greedy in our flight. We're going to come right on top of them so we can try and help get a kill. We do actually get a kill on Jaina. It looks like Brightwing here actually just walked past 3 of us. She truly disrespected us. She almost ended up dead there. She did have to blow her Emerald Wind. We're going to go for the ult and see if we kill her. We do. So we actually kill Brightwing there, and she didn't really do anything to stop this tribute. She had Valeera just go down. She had Jaina go down. Even if she did interrupt this, that doesn't create any value for her team. That only just leads to her dying as well. And we still get the trip. So we're going to let our team here push mid. We're going to go clear top because that's a lot of soak. We want to make sure we get a EXP lead before the next tribute, because 16 is the next talent tier and we're already a level ahead. That'll be a big advantage for us in the coming fight.
Gather tribute. Earn my favor.
Alright. So our team backs off mid. They don't take the keep, but we do take a couple forts. We break their mid wall, so that's fine. That's a bit of an EXP lead for us. We do now hit level 16, so now we have a massive advantage in this fight as long as nobody goes down beforehand. We're going to try and back them off. At this point, we have Diablo soloing Bruisers, which is really a shame. We don't want him down there. For one thing, like, Diablo is not the one that should be doing camp. And on another note, we have the talent tier advantage. We want to fight them as soon as possible, and we want to, like, assert our dominance over them because we have such a strong talent tier lead, 2-level lead. So it's a bit of a shame that we're ending up giving them the tribute here. We don't really have much of a chance to contest this one. We don't want to dive in too deep and die there. So definitely a mistake on Diablo's part going for Bruisers. But also a mistake on my team's part for going too ham here, even though we didn't have Diablo. Even though we had the talent tier advantage, we still don't want to fight a 4v5. Alright, we notice our team is actually getting caught here. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make it there in time to help them. So Lily will go down. We overstayed there a little bit as well, so we do end up giving them 2 kills in addition to the tribute for free. So that's a bit of a shame. We're going to go bot and try and deny these sieges from getting any value. We're just going to try and take these out as quick as possible. We don't want our fort to go down here. Unfortunately now, the next tribute, they will be able to get level 16 before this tribute comes up, which means we'll be fighting on an even, we'll be fighting an even fight. So that's a shame. We had a good opportunity to get a lead. Luckily, Jaina misses all of her skill shots here, so we don't end up too hurt. We need to tap here anyway to get our mana back. We see Valeera is looking for a pick here mid. We don't have our Z up, so we're not in a situation where we can help him out, and he's looking like he's going to go down. Oh wow, Valeera actually messes up her stealth. Unfortunately, Varian doesn't quite know where they are, and he almost ends up getting picked there. He has to blow his passive. So these are all situations you don't want to put yourself in. You got to make sure that you aren't taking dangerous rotates like this unless you are very sure you know where the enemy team is. We're going to have to go for our ult here to interrupt. We want to make sure we get down here and fight. Valeera's very low. We are on an equal talent tier. We each have 5 members of our team up, so it's a good state for us to actually fight. The enemy team here is very afraid of Raynor's ult, so we are going to be able to zone them out of the area. We almost kill Brightwing, but we aren't able to. We're going to fly over the wall so we don't get jumped by Valeera, and we're going to try and take out Jaina here. We do get a triple kill with our laser. We're going to try and follow through on Varian here as well. There we go. And then we are just going to fly mid. We could actually look to get boss at this point, but we kind of know our team isn't entirely on those kind of plays. So I'm not assuming that they're going to go for that. They actually did ping it though, so it looks like I was wrong. Since they're actually grouping up for boss, that is ideal. That is what we want to do in this situation. The reason boss is the best play here is because we're at 2 out of 3 curse. They have 4 dead. It's a pretty free boss for us. And as well, we open up the opportunity to have boss pushing while curse is up. I'm generally reluctant to call bosses in at least these mid to low elo games, because you can never be sure if your team will actually follow up with you, especially since we've seen Diablo walk off so often. I didn't want anything silly to happen there. I didn't know if anyone would actually come with me, so that's why we didn't make that call right away. But ideally, that is the situation you want to be in. So we actually cleared out top here. We don't want to stick around anymore. We have all of our lanes set up. We just want to be sure we're fighting this fight. We have boss going out, so they have this pressure on bot lane. And if we get this curse quickly, we have boss pushing while the minions aren't really able to contest it, while the forts really aren't able to contest it, and we could potentially walk in bot lane for game. So chasing Asmodan here is a mistake because we don't know where any of them are on the map. Ragnaros being top while we can gain so much value with this tribute is also a mistake. The enemy team not being here to contest us, even though they saw Ragnaros top, is a massive mistake. So we want to push in bot and get keep. The person that pinged boss is once again kind of exhibiting that main mistake we talk about on Cursed Hollow, which is clearing bosses and camps instead of getting value with a curse. And unfortunately, our team is making a little bit of a mistake here. They're not pushing bot, so we're not going to be able to get this keep very easily. And that is a shame. We're going to pop off our laser here. Try and get some damage out. We really want to secure level 20. Luckily, the enemy team isn't engaging on us. We do not want to fight them right now because we only have 3 people down here. We have APOC go out on us. We're going to try and make it over to Lily so she can heal us. We're going to take Epic Mount. So Diablo goes down for free here, and we end up wasting a lot of the curse while the enemy boss is pushing top. So we're going to go ahead and fly out of here. Unfortunately, our team wasted a bit of curse here. Looks like Raynor might be able to take mid keep, which would be really good for us if he does, but it seems like he's backing up. So big mistake here our team made, and a lot of that comes from the fact that people are unsure of what to do with curse. We had one person ping boss saying like, all right, let's go do the boss entirely across the map because we just got curse. It's like about a 30-second walk, another 30 seconds to kill the boss, and that's your entire curse wasted. And we had the option to push in with our boss bot lane while we could have secured a level 20 talent tier lead and have the boss pushing during a curse with 5 of our team. We could have easily taken that keep. So a major mistake from our team. In Hero League, that's important. That's when you should be spam pinging. You should be yelling on voice, making sure people follow you up. If you've got 5 up, you've got a boss, you got curse, you got 20 lead, you should be actually pushing in for a keep. So big mistake there, but we'll try and cover up for it. The enemy team actually got more value out of that curse than we did, because now they're on an equal talent tier with us, and they did secure our top keep. Alright, we're going to clear out this mid real quick. It's very likely we will be able to see an end before this next curse because it's so late into the game now. If we actually get a 5-man wipe, or if they get a 5-man wipe, they're going to be able to walk at our core and kill us. So we got to be really careful with how we play. Both teams have the opportunity to end the game off of a valuable pick or two. And right here, we're actually seeing that option. Brightwing does have to pop an Emerald Wind for it, which is great. So now we want to try and force a fight before that Emerald Wind comes back up. We notice Valeera is way out of position. Everybody should be collapsing on her, trying to kill her before she's able to get out. And we do actually get the kill on Valeera. So now we want to collapse on the rest of their team, since they're still showing in mid, even though Valeera went down. This is a really good situation for us to get a lot of value and potentially close out the game. Unfortunately, Diablo does not get his combo off in time, so it doesn't look like we will be catching these guys, but we should have the tribute here for free. If the enemy team overstays here, that's an option for us to just run at these keeps. Look to end the game if the enemy team makes another mistake like that. We see Asmodon is bottom. We're able to just walk at the core. They only have 2 people here to defend. Asmodon's bottom. This is a really good situation to end. Unfortunately, we're seeing here our team is a little bit reluctant, a little bit afraid. They don't know we have the chance to end. So in a lower elo game, you might want to avoid this kind of call because we're seeing here we're wasting a lot of time instead of actually taking our objective, instead of actually ending the game. So a bit of a shame. It seems like our team is having some trouble realizing what objective is going to be most valuable for us at any given moment. We're going to clear out this bot lane keep. We do have Lava Wave go out, so that's going to clear it for us. That's nice. We're going to go top. We can take a couple core hits here. It's not going to be too bad for us. But we do want to clear them before they cause too much damage. The reason we flew bot here, even though we had Kata's top, is because we wanted to deny them getting this keep, because that would have created more core pressure for us. The core being at 71% versus 100% isn't going to cause as much of a threat to us as having another lane of catapults coming in at us. So we're going to go top, and then we're going to epic mount back in. We just want to clear out this last wave of catapults. Unfortunately, it looks like we're getting caught, so we're going to have to fly in a little bit early. Oop. She goes down really quick. Diablo doesn't try to peel for her, so that's bad for us. We're just going to have to give up this trip. And unfortunately, that means they get boss as well. So that's a big mistake. You really got to make sure you aren't that deep unless you know exactly where the enemy team is and you know that you're safe. In this situation, Lily was not safe. She ended up getting killed. We end up giving them a tribute. We end up giving them a boss. It's very likely that they're going to be able to easily take that bot keep. So big, big mistake. Our team is pinging to defend boss right now, and that's really not what we want to do. To explain that, if we go for boss right now, we're fighting a 4v5. If we die, that means they win the game. If we instead defend bot, we lose the keep, but we still have a chance to win the game. So it's very risky to make the boss play rather than just defending the boss. Unfortunately, they will end up getting cursed, so we're going to be in a pretty risky situation here either way. Diablo is actually chasing. We don't really want to be doing that right now. Alright, unfortunately we have split focus here. We notice Diablo is trying to 1v5 the enemy team right now. We see Varian and, I'm not sure, who is that? Varian and Jano were top, so this is actually a good option for us to kill them and potentially turn around the game. Boss will not end core on its own, so it's important we don't commit too much to that. We're going to fly up ahead here. Oh, we almost kill Valeera. We will end up killing Brightwing. So they do not have boss now coming in bot. They do not have this tribute for free, so they don't get their curse. Enemy team definitely misplayed by showing 2 on the map and by trying to fight us bot lane here while we actually had 5 people. So major mistake. We do end up getting the tribute for free, and now we're going to be able to easily clear out their boss without really taking any punishment from it. After getting the boss, we gain a lot of value from looking for picks because they do have staggered deaths right now. Brightwing is down. That means we have an opportunity to fight a 4v5 fight. So that's what we want to look for. It's a little bit of a waste of Raynor's ult. We don't really need that. We should have enough damage to take it out easily. We also had Molten Core as well. I'm not sure why that didn't go up, but that's fine. It's not really going to do much to our core here. Alright, so we want to make sure we are up here. We want to be looking for a fight right away while they're fighting 5v4. Unfortunately, it's Brightwing, so he's going to be able to Z into the fight really quickly. But if we get a pick like this guy's way out of position. If we get this before this tribute comes up, that's massive for us. It secures us the game. Unfortunately, we don't know where they are now. We don't have Diablo, so we cannot chase. We're going to go up to this trib. We see they just took our bruisers, so we want to make sure that we aren't getting picked off during their rotation back to mid. Luckily, the enemy team doesn't really seem to be contesting us at this moment. Yep, no contest from the enemy team, which is great. We actually have an opportunity to kill them. We see Asmo showing mid. Unfortunately, we still don't have Diablo with us, so this is a bit of an odd situation. We're going to throw out our laser on Brightwing. We're going to try and back her off from our team. We really want to make sure Brightwing goes down here. We do actually kill their entire team here. Nice. So we're going to fly up here real quick, and we'll just finish off Brightwing. And then we're going to look to end top. We can just run straight at their core now. It's 50 seconds. We can just completely annihilate their core. We have 5 people up. There's no reason for us to take these structures. Unfortunately, our team is making the decision to go for structures. In Hero League, this is the time where you make the call. They only have 1 up. It's 25 minutes in the game. We end the game. We attack the core. There's no reason to go top. No reason to clear keep. We should be winning the game. So we're going to try and ping it and have people rotate over there. Though we wasted some time top, we still have a lot of time because this is very late in the game. There we go. And that was a nice and easy win for us. So I'm going to be right back. I'm actually going to grab a drink of water. And I'm going to restart the stream. So I will see you guys in a second.